Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So this is it, the final episode of Decades. This was kind of an extra because it was only supposed to be 6 episodes, but we're doing a kind of a half episode, I guess, because we're going to start at 2020 and work our way to 2025. I only actually have 5 albums, so I don't know if I'm representing all 5 of the years very well, but I picked out the 5 albums over the last 5 years that I think are the ones that I like the best to finish off Decades. And so I'm just going to give you them from my worst to my most liked, although I like all 5 of these albums. There's 2 or 3 that I wanted to put in here, but I just felt that these were the strongest 5. So starting at the bottom, we're going to do the first one, the Zealot Gene. I do like this album. Probably a little more than Rock Float. I could have included either one and I wouldn't have been out of place. This one I like primarily because the first 4 tracks on this I think are absolutely killer. And then after that it's okay. It's not a bad album. But for me it's one of the stronger albums that I own that I've had enough of a listen to that I could put it in the top 5 for my favorite albums for the 20s, I guess is what you're going to call it. Next is this album. It's about 3 years old. Came out in 2021, as did the Zealot Gene. Was it Zealot Gene 21? Or it might have been 22. I think it was actually 21, though. So 21 was a good year with Styx's Crash of the Crown. This is a great album. As you've heard me say multiple times, I wish the songs were just a little longer, but other than that, I got no problem with the album. Like it a lot. That's Styx, Crash of the Crown. Number 3, Riverside. This was my top album of the year last year. Finished first overall with the new albums for last year in 2023. It's a really good album. There's about 2 or 3 songs in here, absolutely killer. And then the rest of them are kind of hit and miss, but overall, really good sound. I like the artwork, and it's a very clear sounding album too. So that's number 3. Number 2 is currently my favorite album. This is Book 1 from the Songs and Tales of Eowa from the Chronicles of Father Robin. So kind of a lengthy titles and all that, but it's a fantastic album. Like, I can't say enough good stuff about it. Lots of decent instrumentation, lots of that classical sound. The story is really good. The way they put everything together just kind of moves and keeps the flow going. Yeah, absolutely. And then the artwork is phenomenal. So the Chronicles of Father Robin, Song and Tales of Eowa, Eowaria, I think that's how you pronounce it, and that's Book 1. And then last but not least, number 1, Uriah Heep's Chaos and Order. This is easily currently my favorite album of probably this decade. It's probably going to be in my top albums of all time eventually. Just such a great album. The only album, it's still in my playlist. It's still dominating. It's still doing really well. It's just a really classic album. I think it's probably my favorite Uriah Heep. So a few honorable mentions. Of course, the new Judas Priest, Invisible Shield. Fantastic album. I love it. Yes's most recent album, Mirror to the Sky, I believe it's called. Another great album, I think. And there's lots of the Deep Purple. The new Deep Purple album is good as well. So yeah, lots of kind of interesting, iconic bands that are still putting out some great stuff there. So there you have it. That's my final episode of Decades. I'll just reiterate them so that in case people like to get them from top to bottom. Uriah Heep's Chaos in Color. I think I may have said Order last time, but it's Chaos in Color as their number 1. The Chronicles of Father Robin. This is the Songs and Tales of Eowa, Book 1. Number 3, i.d.entity by Riverside. Number 3, sorry, I may have got the title wrong because I don't have my glasses. i.d. i.d.entity from Riverside, number 3. Number 2, Styx's Crash of the Crown from 21. And Jethro Tull, the Zealot Gene, also from the same year, I believe. Might have been 22. And he said they've had another one with Rock Flout out too, another great album. So there you have it. That's the end of the series for Decades. Over the next I may take a week off and then have some discussions with Ben about what we want to do in that spot, because I'm moving. Not what we hope for is going to move down, replace album sides on Thursday and alternate with ranking the songs. So those two will be together, and then the album sides is probably just going to become a one-off type show again for now. And then me and Ben, we will discuss what to do with that slot. He may want to do a one part-time alternating with a couple of with another show. We may do that, or he may want to do like just one show. I'm not sure what he wants to do. Kind of got an idea of what I want to do. I'd like to have that slot for whatever him and I decide, though. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Decades. And now that the series is over, I hope that you enjoyed the entire series. And now I would suggest go back and watch them all. Anyways, please hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And any comments you may have, you can put them in the comment section below. And we will see you next week on Tuesday with maybe not next week, but the week after we'll be back with something, I'm sure. So take care and have a good one. Goodbye.